AITA for not adhering to my fiancé's 11 p.m. guest rule. So, I, 27M, am moving into an apartment with my fiancé, 30F, soon, and we've hit a disagreement about house rules, specifically when guests should leave. She wants all visitors gone by 11 p.m., no exceptions. Her reasoning? She wants to be able to relax in the front room, our shared living space, to read, scroll on her phone, or just decompress without guests being present. At first, I understood where she was coming from. Everyone deserves to feel comfortable in their own home. So, I offered a compromise. If I had a friend over, we'd move to the bedroom after 11 p.m., giving her full access to the front room in peace. That way, she'd have the space she wants, and I could still enjoy time with my friends without kicking them out at a strict time. She shut that down immediately. An absolute no. No guests in the house past 11, period. All right, fine. I then suggested an alternative. I'd just go to my friend's place to game instead. That way, she wouldn't have to worry about guests in the house at all. But guess what? That was also a no. Now the problem was that I'd be out too late and, in her words, it's just not appropriate. At this point, I'm frustrated. The whole reason I wanted to move out of my parents' house was to finally have my own space, a place where I could host my friends and enjoy gaming without restrictions. I even designed an entire game room in the apartment for this very reason. It's not like I want to have people over constantly. I see this particular friend maybe once every 2 months. But I don't want to feel like I have a curfew in my own home. What really gets me is that our bedroom is already a quiet, private space where she could go to read or scroll in peace. But when I pointed that out, she dismissed it completely, saying she wants to be in the front room, not banished to the bedroom. But isn't that exactly what she's asking me to do to my friends? Also, just to be clear, my friends are all guys, and they're basically like brothers to me. It's not like I'm inviting over random people or hosting wild parties. We're just gaming, chilling, and catching up like we always have. These are long-time friendships that mean a lot to me, and it just feels unfair to impose such a rigid rule when I've already offered multiple reasonable compromises. I've tried to find solutions that respect both of our needs, but she won't budge. It's either her way or nothing. Meanwhile, I'm left feeling like I'm giving up a huge part of what I was looking forward to in having my own place, just to accommodate a rule that doesn't seem all that necessary to me. So, AITA for refusing to adhere to her strict 11 p.m. guest rule when I've tried to find a fair compromise. Comments. Stizzy off the Hizzy says, if you guys are incompatible regarding living standards and expectations, then you should probably reconsider marrying her, or at least postpone any of those plans, considering that you'd be living with your spouse for the rest of your life. Probably. She isn't being reasonable and sounds more like a helicopter mom imposing curfew rather than a partner. At minimum, I wouldn't move in with her if I were you. Get your own place. Nefariousness. Rich864 says, you two living together will not work. I was going to say NAH until I read the I'd just go to my friend's place to game instead. That way she wouldn't have to worry about guests in the house at all. But guess what? That was also a no. Now the problem was that I'd be out too late and, in her words, it's just not appropriate. She is completely unwilling to compromise in the slightest, which makes her the AH. You're 27 years old. You can stay out and play with your friends all damn night if you wanted to, because you don't have kids. NTA Decent Historian 207 says, so you still want to marry this woman who won't even compromise over something basic? Not to mention you haven't lived together and you already proposed? NTA. But this is your married life preview.
Want more stories like this? Subscribe to @smash_tales on YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook.